Hi folks and welcome to today's video, how to reduce low back or sciatica pain whilst flying. Now before we get into it, don't forget if you are enjoying the content I bring to you on a weekly basis, hit that subscribe button, okay? Help me create content which is going to help you. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright folks, so let's get into this video. So I want to explain a few things you can do, actually 10 tips actually, that's going to help to reduce your lower back pain, sciatica nerve pain, whilst flying in the plane. Now, I don't have a plane that I can show you guys, but I've got a couple of chairs set up here to go over a few things that you can do. Now, if you do have sciatica nerve pain, okay, so if the sciatica nerve pain sufferers out there, it's really important, and for lower back pain sufferers, to before you go to the airport, before you go actually to take your flight, to book your seat accordingly, okay? What do I mean by that? Well, generally, it's best if you can get an exit row seat, okay? So you have a lot more room in front of you, you're not restricted by the chair in front of you to move your legs around, do some stretching. Also, it's very important for sciatica nerve pain sufferers. If you can choose if you can't get the exit row seat, okay, that you try to get an aisle seat on the aisle, because you want to be able to stretch out that sciatica pain leg, all right? So if my sciatica is going to be in my left leg, for example, if you're a sciatica pain sufferer in your left leg, you want to choose an aisle seat that you're going to be able to go, that you're going to be on the left side, okay, so I can get my left leg out into the aisle, right? Likewise, if I'm sciatica pain suffering on my right leg, I want to choose the seat that's going to be on the right aisle, okay, so I can get my right leg out. Really simple thing you can do as you're booking the flight, okay, if you can't afford to maybe if you pay for your seat ahead of time, get to the airport a little bit earlier, okay, so you can go up to the check-in desk and, you know, plead, beg, whatever, to get that aisle seat you need, or even better, if you can get an exit row where you've got space in front of you, you can get both legs out, that is even better, okay? Now, so you've got your seat booked, you've got your flight booked, okay, you're heading to the airport. Now, you're probably taking some bags with you. Again, make sure, okay, that your bag's got rollers, okay, you're not humping it, because what we're trying to do is avoid a pain trigger, something that's going to set your pain off before we actually even get into the plane, all right? So you might want to get one of the trolleys, so you can get your bags in this, you're just pushing it around the airport. Again, keep your body close to it as you push, okay, don't be swinging out in front of you, right? If you have to turn it, get your body close to the trolley and turn, okay, use your body weight to turn the trolley. Don't force it with your arms, it's going to put excess stress on your back. So this is basically, it's what we call back hygiene, okay? It's understanding the triggers and the certain things you do in daily life which can set off or create a back issue, a sciatica pain issue. And I do harp on a lot about it. I'm actually going to, there's a video that's going to pop up at the end of this one. It's on avoiding flexion before noon. And it's basically how you move around during the first 4 hours of the day can really help reduce that chronic lower back pain, sciatica nerve pain. Okay, so stay to the end of this video and that one's going to pop up a little bit later, all right? So that's tip number 2 of 10 is how you move your bags, okay, at the airport and onto the plane, of course. One thing, if you do have a shoulder bag, okay, make sure you wear across the shoulder, okay, preferably a backpack, it spreads the weight, distributed equally. If you've got a shoulder bag, do not just put it onto the one shoulder, you're going to be hiked over to one side. If your sciatica nerve pain is from a disc issue, that's not great for your lower back region with the sciatica nerve pain. If it's just a pure lower back pain issue from herniated discs, again, leaning over with one side is not going to be great. Try to wear that shoulder bag across, okay, the body, all right? So let's move on to number 3. Very important, okay, you roll up to your seat, all right? You sit down. Before you sit down, please, 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 take out your wallet from your back pocket. Take out your phone from your back pocket, right? One of the most crazy things is take out your keys from your back pocket, okay? If you've got cargo pants, put them in the side pockets. If you've got your bag, whatever, put them inside your bag, okay? Put them up top. Even if you need to keep your wallet close to you, stick it in the groin section here, okay? But take these things out of your back pocket. If you're sitting on these things, you're going to be all twisted over to one side. It's going to affect both your sciatica and your lower back pain. It's a simple little tip, all right? Take them out of your pockets, get yourself in a good seated position before the flight starts, all right? So, get into my chair, okay? We use this as our dummy plain seat here. Now, as most flights, most planes, you have that little leaning back device. You can press the little button and you can lean your chair back. It's typically useful for low back pain, sciatica nerve pain sufferers to be in a leaning back position and putting some of that upper back weight, head weight onto the seat and the headrest, all right? It takes that weight, then goes onto the seat. It's not being pushed onto the lower back. Again, if the sciatica nerve pain is coming from disc issues, then you can take off some of that stress by putting the upper back onto the chair. Now, obviously, I like to think that I'm conscious of people behind me. So if somebody's eating their dinner and you just go poof and push it right back, okay, you're not going to be Mr. Favorite. So I do often ask the person behind me, hey, would you mind if I put my seat back a little bit? A friendly gesture, okay, it makes them think that you're actually thinking of them before you go and ram it back, all right? So number 4 is going to be leaning back. Now to go along with that, number 5, I brought a little towel here, is lumbar support, all right? So basically, even though I'm leaning back, I want to make sure I've got some support in here, keep my back in a nice neutral position. And I can use, this is a rolled up towel, but again, I don't expect you to take a towel on the flight with you. You can get proper lumbar support cushions, but you can also use, if the plane, they've got the blanket quite often, you can roll up. You may have your jacket with you, a fleece, some sort of top, a hoodie, and you place it into that lumbar region. So it's going to help keep your spine in a nice neutral position. You're not going to end up sagging, rounded spine, which will again affect herniated discs, bulging discs, okay? So again, it's about how you're positioning your body in the best position possible to avoid any of those triggers. And I repeat this a lot. It's one thing I do go on a lot about in my course. If you've not checked out my course yet, it's going to flash up on the screen, the link there. It's www.bashbackpain.com/course. It's a 21-day video course designed to reduce your lower back pain, sciatica nerve pain, if you're suffering from stenosis, herniated discs, bulging discs. If you've not checked it out yet, go and check it out today, okay? All right, let's continue. So we've got number 5, which is lumbar support. All right, so we've got the upper body position, you're leaning back, good lumbar support. Okay, we're going to number 6, which is going to be the lower body. So I want you to consciously have, when your feet are in front of you here, stretched out, have your toes up. Okay, what do I mean? I'll show you front on here. So if I'm sitting in the chair and I let my leg drop off to the side, okay, the femur, this is your upper thigh bone here, rotates outward. Now, sometimes a lot of sciatica nerve pain, it can come from an issue, a little muscle called your piriformis muscle, which is actually an external rotator of the femur. If we let the leg drop, quite often we can pinch the sciatica nerve, okay, within that muscle. So I try to tell people to consciously have the toes up. That'll bring the femur into a neutral position. Now, the chair in front, what you can do is you can sort of wedge your foot in. If you've got that little kind of front plate where you can put your foot, wedge it in there, and that will keep, it'll keep your toe up, and it'll keep the femur in a neutral position, all right? So number 6, toes up, keeping the leg straight. Now, I've also spoke about doing nerve glides in previous videos. The whole point of you choosing, if you've got sciatica nerve pain, choosing that aisle seat, is so we can get the affected leg out into the aisle. And you can do a very basic nerve glide, nerve flossing. If it starts to kick in, all right, here I am in the aisle here. I can get myself in my chair. Okay, I can sit up in a nice posture in your seat, and you can just gently just extend the leg, pull the toe back towards you, bring it to the ground, relax it, up. Very gentle nerve glide, nothing crazy, okay? I don't want you to bring the head in as such, but just a little bit of stretching, pull the toe towards you, relax it down. And I've just got my hands here just supporting this thigh, okay? Out in front, stretch, and back. 10 to 15 of those, okay? And put your leg back into position, got my lumbar support. See if that feels a little bit better. All right, so you can actually do nerve glides by planning ahead and choosing, okay, your aisle seat. Again, if you've managed to get into the exit row, it's not a problem. You've got both legs can go perfectly fine, all right? The other good thing about when you choose your seat is if you have to get up to do some stretching, I'll talk about that a bit later on, you won't disturb other people, all right? I remember, myself, I was always conscious of getting the aisle seat. Even at the movie theater, at the cinema, I would choose the aisle just so I could get my leg out, or I could, stand up and do some stretching, wouldn't disturb anybody. So it's planning ahead to have the perfect position that you can, if need be, do your stretches, do your spine hygiene, etc., etc. All right. Now, number 8 is going to be a very simple kind of muscle release technique. I've got here a little, it's like a rubber lacrosse ball type of thing. You can use a tennis ball. Yeah, you can pick these up pretty quick, pretty cheaply, sorry, from Walmart or Amazon.com, for example. And again, it's the bothersome leg. Yep, I can basically just pop this under the hamstring area here, and I can just put the weight of my leg on it, and I can just kind of move it around, a little bit of rolling there. And it's just like getting their knuckles or getting a massage into that deep tissues area. When you sit for a long time, the muscles can get tight, get restricted. By doing this, I can roll it around, and I can move a little bit forward, different part of my hamstring, roll it around there. And it's just going to give you a little bit of muscle release on that infected leg, okay? The one that's got the sciatica nerve pain. A little bit there. You can maybe stretch the leg out into the aisle again, so there's a bit more pressure. Okay, roll it over. And again, you can do your nerve glides first, then you can do a bit of rolling, and hopefully that will release some of that pain. So again, a couple of bucks for one of these, or you get a tennis ball, like less than a buck, right? Take it with you. It's light, fits in your hand, it's not a problem, but it's a really useful tool to be taken along with you. Okay, so easy release. Now, another thing you can do, again, this is very helpful if you're, again, in the aisle seat or you are in the exit row seat, is, now, I know on some of the cheaper airlines, there's not a lot of room, okay, between the seats in front, but you can do a little basic stretching. So I'm going to show you front on. Obviously, it's not good to do at the dinner table time when the table comes down, but okay, if you've got the room, and I will show you what to do if you don't have the room, okay, so don't worry. You can take one leg, okay, usually the infected leg, and just bring it up across the knee, sit up nice and tall, and just gently push this knee down, and you should feel a stretch in about your glute and up into the deep hip musculature. You can hold it there. Again, don't stick your foot into the other person's lap, all right? You can just push it there. 30 seconds is fine. If you can do both sides, that's great if you've got the space. And you can just bring one, even take the one knee and just pull it up towards your chest, sit up really tall. Again, you're going to fit into that footwell area. That's perfectly fine. Then you would drop it down, take the other one up, hold it for 30 seconds. And listen, don't care what anybody else is thinking about you, okay? The person says, what are you doing? Like, hey mate, what's up? Say, yeah, I've got a bit of back pain, sciatica pain, I'm doing my stretches, all right? Don't feel embarrassed, okay? You do what you gotta do to get through that flight, be it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, or even longer if you're going long haul, yeah? Okay, relax, and then you would switch back, okay, to here. You can't get it across, just pull it up as much as you can. Maybe you can't, too close to the person here. Just take it in close to you, pull it up towards your chest, sit up nice and tall. And I'll show you some things if there's no room at all. Okay, for standing stretching basically. So number 9 is learn to stretch at your chair. Now number 10, it kind of follows on from this, is actually don't be afraid to get up and move around the plane. Yeah, get up, take a walk down the aisle because you're going to change your position. You get the blood flow again. Perhaps you do feel better standing up. You can go to the back where the stewardesses, the flight attendants hang out. You can sort of lean against the bathroom wall there at the side, take some stress off the lower back. And you can also incorporate some stretches, which again comes down to, like I said earlier on, picking your seat, right? Is that you pick the seat of the aisle. You can get up without disturbing anybody, all right? You don't have to feel embarrassed. You get up, do your stretches, you can go back down, sit. It's learning to sort of basically plan ahead, okay? So you can avert disaster whilst you're there on the plane. So now I'm actually going to show you some of those stretches that you can do whilst standing if you haven't got the space within your little area. If you've got a person in front is too close, the seats are too small, or you're in probably more of the cheaper airlines. All right, so let's check out some of those standing stretches. Okay, so this is zoomed out a little bit so you can see I'm a tall guy. I want to make sure I get in frame here. So as I said, number 10 was getting up and moving around, and number 9 was stretching. If you don't have the space to stretch, you're a tall guy or a big guy, you can't get stretching in that little area between the seats. You get up, you're taking your walk, okay? You can come to the where the galley is, or the bathroom, whatever. And you can do a couple of different things. You can do a standing, very simple standing quad stretch. So again, I put my hand on some support here. Could be the side of the bathroom, could be maybe if I'm at the very back of the plane, on the back of the seat. Take one hand, take my foot up behind me, and I just pull the knees together, show you from the side here. And I just gently stretch out the front quad. Okay, I've been sitting for quite a while. Quads can get tight, hip flexors can get tight. Make sure you support yourself. I do talk a lot about support as well. Stretch it in there, 30 seconds. and change sides. Simple one we just did when we were in the chair where I got the ankle and the knee. I'll show you front and side. Again, got my support here, take on the ankle and I just sit back. I'll show you from the side, don't worry. Sit back here, I feel the stretch on that side. Chest up, head up, good spine hygiene. I'll show you from the side. Some here. Again, could be the side of the galley. Okay, here, and I'm just pushing gently back. Keep my back as neutral. Stretch, 30 seconds. And again, don't forget to do both sides. Okay, a couple of simple little stretches that you can do. I wouldn't go into full splits mode and stuff. People, it gets a bit more difficult on the plane, all right? But those two simple little stretches will really help, okay? So listen, there's 10 really simple, easy little tips that you can do to help reduce your low back sciatica pain whilst flying. If you've got any questions, any comments, please hit me up in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and share, and do check out the other video which is going to pop up very soon, and I'll speak to you all soon, very soon. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye.